Welcome into the John M. Huntsman Center on the campus of the University of Utah for the 6A boys basketball quarterfinal. We've got a great matchup for you. The American Fork Cavemen and the Herriman Mustangs. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Dane Stewart, Quincy Lewis with us this afternoon. Coach, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, yeah, it's the best time of year, right?
It's
fun
the
to be here.
best time of year. It's the best week of the year as we've got basketball for you nonstop. Let's start first with the Herriman Mustangs, the 10th seed in this tournament. They came in, they took care of business in that opening round, the 7th seed. They took care of Skyridge in that second round. They come in with a lot of confidence, including a really dynamic scorer in Carlo Mulford.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun tonight watching this guy. He's really good, Carlo. He's been around, since he's a freshman, causing problems in the state, But, really, Herriman, they've won their last 5 and tied for the region championship. This team's playing well.
They're playing really well. And it's more than just Carlo Mulford. You'll see his younger brother, Xavier. He can really shoot. Stone Tia inside as well. They've got a lot of pieces around them. Meanwhile, this American Fork team, I think if you ask people at the start of the tournament who's a favorite in this 6A, a lot of people may say American Fork, and it's because of the duo of Bryce Mella and Jax Clark.
Boy, those two guys are good, and then you look at the pieces around them. They've got some guards who really are active defensively and make three-point shots. And, Ryan, he's done a great job of just bringing his team together, and that's one of his greatest strengths as a coach, I think. He really brings his crew together by the time the season's over.
And you see it. There's a lot of elements he does. Even there, the starting lineups, they're all in a circle, right? Like, he is very intentional with how he tries to help build that chemistry and the bond of his team. As American Fork going to hope that can help push them to a semifinal appearance. It's the Mustangs and the Cavemen set to tip here. American Fork in the home whites and Herriman in the road maroons.
One thing to pay attention to in this game is American Fork is really a physical team. Herriman not as much, just by the fact that they're just not as big and strong as kids. So I'll be curious to see how the game is called by the officials.
Opening 3 for American Fork. It's money. Euler with the triple.
Yeah, that's really the killer with American Fork is you got Clark and you got Mella out there, but you got other guys who can make shots.
Yeah, great complementary pieces to the headliners, and that's what you need in these tournaments, right? And you never know when you're going to need that kind of unknown player step up, make a big play, make a big shot. And AF has shown that all year.
Well, you saw it a little bit earlier today with Lehigh.
Yep.
Tuck Howe goes for 29, and those kind of performances really can make or break.
4 on the shot clock. Tough shot, hands off, Stone Tia, and a shot clock violation. Great closeout there by Clark. And the more you watch number 1 play, boy, the more I love watching him and what he brings to American Fork.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, he can do a lot of things. He's physical around the basket. He can score in there. He's going to rebound, but he also can move his feet a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a capable ball handler, can drive. He's got it here. He'll hand off. This is Mella. Mella's a big-time scorer. He takes that 3, won't go. Batted wide there by Arnell. Herriman coming up in transition with Mulford. Carlo will pull.
Well, that's a nice mid-range right there by Carlo.
He is such a smooth shooter, isn't he?
He is, and he's really got a nice handle to him, can get to the rim.
They work here to Clark. Oh, that just came off the rim for him.
That was sure a nice pass right there.
It was. Carlo. Oh, blocked by Clark. There's not a lot of guys that move doesn't work against. That's great length there by Jax Clark.
No, it's true. And, funny, Carlo and his brother, X, those guys, they've grown up in the gym shooting the ball. I'm surprised he's going to the basket. Those guys just shoot threes, don't they?
They certainly can. Mella here on the fast break lays it up and in.
I coached their father, Jordan, in college at Utah Valley in southern Utah, so I know that crew pretty well.
Well, I'm expecting some good stories then.
Oh, I've got a few. One thing that's neat about this game, you got 2 really good coaches here.
Yeah.
Doug Meacham's done a great job for so many years, and then obviously Ryan, and they've both done really well at different schools, which I think is there's something to say about that.
Arnell, that three was short. Well, you mentioned that because Coach Blanchard, we had him on earlier. He was like, yeah, it's going to be fascinating. Coach Meacham's going to be going up against his old squad. I was like, oh, that's right. I mean, he made his name at American Fork, was there for so long.
And he had so many just great teams and did a great job there. And he's a dyed-in-the-wool caveman. You know, he played there. You know, he coached with Bob Eccles there for a long time as assistant, and then the head coach. So this has got to be a little bit different for Doug, but he's.
I'm sure he's locked in.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. I don't think it really matters right now too much.
That pass was just a little out in front, turned over here by the Cavemen. Herriman bringing it back up the floor. Here is Xavier, the freshman for Coach Doug Meacham. Clark out defending. They'll hand off to Carlo. Here's Stone Tia, second year here at Herriman.
This kid's important for them. He gets an offensive foul here. He's important though because he gives them an inside presence, and they can't have him get in foul trouble here.
Well, and his length as well on the interior is his first. They're gonna have to be very intentional, deliberate on how they really try to maximize him today. Spin there by Huxno. Tia.
So that's a really nice move. He didn't finish it, but that's a nice move for a big guy.
Clark with the rejection. Boy, he's got a couple blocks here early.
Now this is an interesting matchup here. 20 Worthington is kind of the defensive stopper for Herriman. He's physical, he's tough. But that's a really nice face-up right there by Mella on the post.
I feel like Mella is really one of the unheralded scorers in the state. It feels like every game he's going 20, 30. He averages 18, but man, he's got a lot of offense in his tool belt.
Yeah, he had 30 on Lehigh early. Ooh, that one's deep.
Oh, just missed. Batted out, it'll stay here.
Yeah, he's one of those kids, he's averaging 18, but he's playing within a team concept here, and they've got a lot of guys, and so really, this is a kid who could go out and get 24, 25 a game, in my mind.
Easily, easily. That one taken away on the inbound. Euler with the heady play. Burnside into Clark. And a foul going to be called here on the inside. That'll go on Worthington.
Well, Dane, just how you just mentioned, AF can be intentional here where they're throwing the ball. The last two times in transition, first time it was Mella run to the middle of the paint, and now you got Clark.
Yep.
And so you got to get back if you're Herriman.
Mella's three won't go.
You got to meet people at the free throw line and get them off their spot. That's going to be an important piece.
Here's X. But you can already see some of the size of AF just disrupting a little bit to what Herriman's trying to do. Nice turnaround there by Carlo.
Carlo's going to be heading to CSI to play for one of my best friends, Jeff Reinert, up there. They're top 5 in the country right now. So he's in a really good situation. And actually, he'll be there with his brother, Diego, who will be there after his mission.
That's a great program. The Golden Eagles. It's like perennial top 5. It's been a long-standing top JC program in the country.
No, they've been good for a very, very long time, and Jeff has just kind of kept it going there.
It's always good to see Idaho teams in the black and gold with such success.
You know a little bit about Idaho.
I just love any reference I can make to the old institution up there.
I used to play against CSI and then coached against them for 5 years, so. Those guys they've had some players come through there.
And they always recruit the state very well, actually. Whaley went up there, Reiser went up there.
Yeah, Reiser's having a fantastic year.
Yeah.
He might be the player of the year out of that league this year. He's been that good.
That'd be awesome.
Boy, that's just a really nice jab step right there by Mella to get to the basket.
AF really extending this defense out. Does that surprise you, Coach?
Well, if I'm playing against Xavier Mulford, I might extend a little bit too. But really, Herriman, if you look at their numbers, they've got a number of guys who've hit three-point shots in the 20s and things like that. This is a good three-point shooting team.
Mulford was able to get a look away. Had to do a lot of work with the basketball to get it, but he got it, just barely missed it. Mella patience gets the bucket.
I mean, this kid's going to Utah State next year, and really he's kind of turnkey ready. I mean, he's got a big, strong body, and he's ready to go right now.
Here's Tia. Double team comes over. Had that knocked away. Oh, and Tia able to knock it out. Good recovery there by Stone.
And this is a little bit of what you get out of some of these role players with AF like Hux. I mean, these are good players, and he's got a little bounce to him, can get to the rim, good three-point shooter. I think he's hit 38 on the year. He's good.
Around the screen. That one just missed. Mulford will work to the corner. Afridi going up, and foul going to be called here on Clark. That'll be his first.
And really, right here with American Fork, with this Afridi kid, he's hit 21 threes on the year. So you've got to get out there on your closeout, and but he also gets to the basket here.
And he's a kid that, boy, when he gets in his rhythm and his confidence is good, you got to watch out for 22. Is that first free throw off the back of the rim?
Well, you look at this first quarter, and you've got a minute 22 left here, Dane, and AF has done a really nice job defensively, I'd have to say.
It feels like Herriman's not had easy looks. I mean, they've had some open, but they've had to free it up. It hasn't been a lot of blown assignments, a lot of empty space left by that AF defense.
No, Carlos, he made one or two, but they've been hard-earned.
Yeah. That second free throw good. Split the trip there. 80 seconds left here in this opening frame. Mello working inside. This is Zimmerman.
Well, they had Rudder right there on the cut. Just missed him.
And that outlet, boy, he got in trouble.
I think that's Zimmerman right there. He's come on a little bit for him here at the end of the year. Had 9 in their last game.
Final minute. 6-point lead for AF. Herriman's done a nice job hanging around. Xavier.
That's a nice little flare screen right there. Almost got him one.
Boy, Tia went up and got that pass. Afridi hits the three.
Well, I really like what happened right there with Herriman. They played it inside out and were able to kick it out for an open three in rhythm.
Mentioned Afridi. When that confidence is there, he is a great scorer. Around that screen, jumper here, Tuitavuki, no. And a loose ball foul gonna be called on Zimmerman? No, Afridi. Nope. We'll get it right.
A, B, C, and U. D is correct.
In this case, it was D, none of the above.
This kid Dieter right here, he's a spark plug for them. He comes in looking to score, and he can score.
AF content to try to hold for the last shot here.
Boy, a little four-corner look here.
I don't see that in much anymore.
Phil Ford, North Carolina. Here we go.
Mella able to recover that one. Good D by Tia, but Mella gets it away, won't go, and that will do it for the first quarter. 11-8, American Fork leading Herriman in the 6A quarterfinal at the Huntsman Center on KSLSports.com. Welcome back here as we have a look at the 6A state tournament bracket. See, we're in our top right quadrant. American Fork and Herriman, the 10 seed, the 2 seed, the winner to take on the winner of a pair of other teams out of Region 2, Bingham and Mountain Ridge. Of course, Westlake and Lehigh advancing to a semifinal. That should be a great one. And those two play tomorrow.
Yeah, they played earlier in the year. That game was at Lehigh. Westlake got up big in that game, and then Lehigh cut it to 5 late. Was a good game, so I would expect that'll be a battle.
I mean, I feel like that Lehigh team, what we saw today, Schul had, I think, 15 in that one, but he was in foul trouble for a large portion of that game, didn't have his usual minutes. And, boy, Tuck Howe, that young man, that's going to be a name you're going to get to know.
You
know him.
I know him. He played for me as a freshman. he's come a long way, but I think Lehigh's playing their best basketball right now.
And Westlake, man, I mean, it just looked like just another game for the #1 overall
they're
seed.
Tough. They're really tough.
Herriman basketball trailing here by 3. Coach, anything that you saw in that first quarter that you maybe look for something different here in quarter number 2?
Yeah, we're just seeing it right now. You know, getting Carlo to the rim. You know, I thought that was a great play call by Doug to get him to the rim. I don't think they can live for the entire game with him in the mid-range, which they did in the first quarter. But I really like their inside-outside play. You know, one of the last plays of the first quarter to get an open 3.
Tuichavuki hands out.
It's a tough
Euler,
shot.
no.
Arnell's pretty long.
How do you free up that lane? Because, I mean, obviously Clark has been a problem on a lot of those drives from Mulford, kind of hanging around in the paint.
There's a few things that you can do. They've got really good three-point shooting, Herriman does, so you can really space the floor. But sometimes maybe you pull it just a little bit further away from, you know, the three-point line at the top of the key. I do like the middle third screen a little bit better than that wing ball screen. But just to create just a little bit more space, because I mean Carlo is just so good off the bounce. He's really hard to handle.
And he's got a lot of different ways he can finish at the rim too, right? He's not the customary, like, I've got to go with my right or my left. He can be very creative as Miller there at the rim, scoring for the Cavemen.
Another nice move, just refuse the screen right there.
On the take, there you go.
You know, I have to think right now that in the timeout that Coach Meacham has said, hey, Carlo, we need to get to the rim a little bit, because his first 2 times he's touched it, it's right, it is right at the rim. And that's a good thing, because that really, unlike most of Mulford's, his strength really is going to the rim.
Yep.
That's what he does.
Oh, Clark with the spin.
I mean, hey, when you got a guy that big, 6'8", making that kind of move right there, that's tough.
You mentioned his athleticism. I mean, he is fleet of foot for his size. Like, he's got some quickness to his game.
He really does. You know, I'm not sure where he's going to school, but he's going to help somebody.
I'm not sure either. I just had that thought, and I was hoping you knew. He's kind of what you look for.
Yeah, at a minimum, you got a physical athlete. At a minimum, you know, with him.
Well, and you've got a frame too. Mulford,
man, that's a really nice move. But there's three shots at the rim for Mulford.
Here's Clark, had it knocked away. He'll go gather it.
So the point guard there for AF, Rudder, his dad is one of the assistants. Been around for a little while. Great guy.
Mella. Tia trying to get there. This ball going to roll out. It'll be Herriman basketball. Nice play there by Stone Tia.
You know, now that's the second time that Mella's had the ball outside the three-point line and tried to make a dribble move on Tia, and he hasn't been able to do it. They might need to move him a little bit closer to the rim, you know, with that matchup.
We were talking about Stone earlier in the game and the impact he can make, and you make mention of his length. Like, he isn't a thick player, but his mix of athleticism and length, he can make up for a lot of that. Saw that disruptive on that play. Little zone here by American Fork.
Now this is interesting right here. I mean, I'm certain that Ryan understands what a good three-point shooting team Herriman is. But Xavier is out of the game.
That three won't go. Tapped out. Worthington trying to get there. Last touch by American Fork.
But Coach Cuff, he will do that, though. He will mix up defenses and you know, give you some different looks.
It's a team, speaking of Herriman, 34% from beyond the arc this season.
Yeah, a 34% team, and maybe even more importantly than that, I think they've made quite a few.
And my apologies, that was the wrong team. That's AF is 34%. I don't have a percentage for Herriman. Is this one out of play?
So Herriman, if we look down their numbers, I mean, you got a number of guys. I mean, 43 threes for Xavier, 33 for Carlo, and he's missed a few games. You know, now it's at 15, 21 for Tia. I mean, they've got a number of guys.
Afrida, Worthington, all up there.
Yeah, they got a number of guys who can make shots. And really part of that is them playing out of Carlo, you know, in a middle third screen.
Clark trying to work here on Tia.
That was excellent defense again.
Yep. And Stone with the steal. Let a spin move. Xavier gives that to Arnell. Worthington into the paint. Mulford had that quick step.
So American Forks had an excellent defensive half right here, but I'll say that Herriman has been very good, defensively as well.
3 won't go. But Coach, to your point, that's the third bucket by Herriman. They've all been at the rim by Carlo, right?
Yeah. Yeah, this kid.
Tuitavuki lost it. Xavier. He'll work inside. No!
Shoot. That's just a good move.
Yep.
Just missed it.
Yeah, got a great look. You can see the respect that they had on that 3 because that hard closeout opened up the drive.
Yeah, and you said it right. It's a hard closeout with some urgency. And so when you have that, now if you've got a shot fake or you've got some good footwork, you can get to the rim.
Boy, that ball moves so quickly. Clark, count the bucket. And this will go on Tia. I think that'll be his second.
And that is 2. That is 2. So now Coach Beecham's got some decisions to make.
You keep him in here?
Well, I think it's either that or you need to maybe take him off of Clark, and put him on maybe a little bit less aggressive player inside. So, I mean, they will post up Mella as well. So, yeah, he's not going to take a chance with almost 3 minutes left here in the game.
They'll bring Afridi on, and I think it's probably the right move. We've seen him be disruptive defensively, and you're going to need that in this game.
You're going to need those 3 fouls in the second half, I can tell you that.
Yep.
But this 3 minutes, Herriman's going to have to survive it. They've got to survive it inside.
Still in the zone here.
Yeah, staying with it. I think Worthington will be a decent matchup still with Mella, but who's going to guard Clark is a tough one.
Worthington hits the 3.
That's a big shot right there. That is a big shot. So they're keeping Worthington with Mella right here. And Afridi. Okay, it's going to be Afridi with Clark. Okay, so that's the advantage.
Nice job from them.
That's a great pass right there by Euler.
Afridi's going to be called here, I believe.
So really on this play right here, Clark didn't do a great job of moving him up the lane. And Euler that was a pinpoint pass right there. That was an outstanding play. And sometimes, and I was a guard, I was a point, so I'm gonna stick up for my guys.
Yeah.
That is a hard pass to make. That is a really hard pass to make.
Especially when, Afridi's or Arnell's coming backside to help, right, underneath. And I mean, you've got really one spot to put that thing.
It's only because he's 6'8" that he's catching that ball because he hadn't got him up the lane.
Missed him. And Mella with an offensive foul. Loose ball foul here on the push-off.
This is really an important stretch right here. And
Herriman could take the lead.
Oh, my goodness, they could. And they've got Tia, who I think in this game is extremely important for him to be on the floor. And right now he's not there, and they're okay. They're okay.
Feels like AF has missed some chances, and Herriman trying to make him pay for it. Worthington inside.
They shouldn't help on this. They should see if he can score it, which, okay, gets excellent defense.
Oh, and the miscue there.
Yeah, they played smart. They didn't help in, stayed with the three-point shooters.
And I can understand that, right? You hate it, but you've got the big 6'8" Jax Clark down there. It's like, all right, nope, got to throw this out. And
as a coach, for me, that drives me crazy to let a guy have it that low, but in that situation right there, that's something that's been talked about before this game, so that's a nice piece of coaching by the staff right there. Okay, so right there, they went underneath the screen, and so there's no pick and roll when you go underneath, and Euler didn't want that shot.
Mulford, transition 3, won't go. That would have been big.
That would have been.
90 seconds left here this opening quarter.
Well, this is
Opening
tough. Worthington's physical, but that might be, well, he hung in there.
Yeah, he did. Intercepted by Arnell. Herriman's kind of messing this game up a little bit for American Fork.
They are, and I'll tell you what, Oilers missed 1-3 behind that ball screen, and that time he didn't. The last time he did not take that shot. If he doesn't take that shot, now you have no pick and roll, and so that eliminates your pick and roll action. So that's a pretty important piece right there.
Worthington gives to Mulford. Ooh. Shot clock down to 4. They go back to Carlo. Mella now on him. He'll take the 3. No. And it's a shot clock violation.
You know, they've been down at the end of that shot clock a few times, and I just think that AF is too good defensively to put your offense in that situation.
Well, and that ball never gets inside the three-point line.
No, it's
right. That whole possession. Mella.
Good help defense. Clark.
Denied by Arnell. Yeah, Jax probably could have gone with that one.
I would have really liked to seen him have a little bit of patience right there and let it clear out and then go to work right there. Right there is where he needed to go to work.
$17 left on the shot clock here for the Cavemen. $10 here for Mella. Trying to get around Worthington. That's not a travel? Yeah, there we go.
Well, I'll tell you what. An offensive explosion this game has not been.
If you like defense, we got a game for you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the first quarter of our Lone Peak Westlake game outscored this first half.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is true. Again, here's another possession right here for Herriman.
They can take a lead.
Oh, there they go.
Afridi.
Oh,
no, just
right
long.
on.
Yes, it was. And that will do it. We will head to the break. 17-15, American Fork leading Herriman in this 6A quarterfinal. Ready to start our second half. American Fork leading Herriman 17-15 here in this 6A quarterfinal. Dane Stewart, Quincy Lewis with you. Coach, we talked about the first half stats. We're going to be telling 9 first half turnovers for American Fork.
Yeah, the 2 assists, and so that's a big number, and also a big number is 2 for 11 from the three-point line for Herriman, who's a good three-point shooting team. So which one of those numbers can flip right here for these teams is a important question for the second half.
Yes, it is. Opening 3, that one hit by Burnside. They just improved their offense by 15%.
I mean, we're not looking at some real impressive offensive numbers here.
The rebounding advantage was for American Fork, 17-11. As they get a steal here, Cavemen pushing it. They shot 44% from the floor. American Fork did just 27% for Herriman from the floor. That length was certainly disruptive.
You know, Dane, and it's something that we've talked about before, and not just today, but in previous years. But your first game on this floor as a high school kid, sometimes it can be hard to find the range. And it's just really important to have balance offensively. You know, for a college kid, they're playing with this background all the time.
Yeah.
You know, so it's different.
Real nice rotation there by American Fork as Hucks took advantage of the baseline there, got the finish. And ties for the largest lead of the game here at 7.
Well, they tried a backdoor. They didn't get it. Good defense by Hucks right there.
Carlo Mulford, 4 of 10 in that first half. Now 4 of 11 in the game. Has not made a 3, Quincy. 0 for 3.
Yeah, and he's maybe made 1 or 2 mid-range shots, but they did get him going to the rim there in the second quarter, which I thought was good.
Here's Clark. Nice spin move off the window, count it.
Well, that's the second time we've seen Clark from the perimeter take a dribble and spin.
Timeout taken here by Herriman. I'll tell you this, as we were getting ready to go to the break, I don't remember the last time I saw a team who got the ball with 3 seconds left, did not do anything to push up the floor, get a shot, and Coach Cuff just turned around and walked to the locker room. Like, that is going to be a very focused locker room at the break.
Well,
and they've come out in these first 2 minutes. They've played like the AF team I think we expected.
I think what they were actually saying is no more misses for the rest of the half. We don't need any more misses. You know, but yeah, they've got the Clark here a couple times, and you know, really these perimeter guys that they have like Hucks, these are good players, you know. And who was the kid who just hit the three, number 3, a Burnside? He's a 38% three-point shooter, so it's hard to leave he and Hucks. I mean, it's hard to leave those guys, but you know, it's going to be hard to guard AF the rest of this game if they're going to play the way they just played.
You talked about, you know, you want to see Mulford to the basket a little bit more, get him driving. Is there anything they can do to free up their outside shot? They're 2 of 11 from 3 in that first half.
Yeah, you know, and I thought they did have some good looks out there. So now they're going to go a little different direction here with Tia, you know, out of the timeout. That's tough, though. He's against a big kid there that can move his feet. That's tough.
And he's got the 2 personal fouls as well.
Yeah.
Is this one turned over again? Mella to the lane.
Now that's a big league shot right there. That's a big league shot.
Future Aggie.
Yeah, that's the first play that I've watched in this game where I've looked at him and said, that's, okay, that was real right there.
Herriman, they've got to find something here. 11-point difference early in the third.
Here's Ryan going back to what it looks like a 2-3, just not let him be comfortable.
Oh, that's big. Stone Tia from the corner.
And really, Tia, he's at 21 threes on the year, so that's not unusual for him to step out and make that shot.
Mella. 10 on the shot clock. Will kick to Clark. He'll try his hand into the 3. Oh, just rattled out for the big man.
Well, you know, that was in there. But I think that Herriman will take that shot for the rest of the game.
American Fork in transition. Little pump fake. And count the bucket and the foul. Ashton Hucks on the drive, and Tia with the body got into him. That'll be the third on Stone.
You know, Hucks has got a little giddy up to him. His brother actually was my assistant coach a few years ago, so I know the Hucks family a little. Good family, really good family.
Nice take there by Hucks, and that little pump fake from the corner. Got the defense to bite. 3-point play for Hucks. Back to 11.
Coach Meacham is trying to find something that works right now. You know, a kid who scored a little bit for him during the year is the Arnell kid, and I haven't seen him do too much yet in this game, along with X right there. He's had a hard time.
But you see how quick those closeouts are and the length.
Yeah. There we go.
Sai, that was short.
That was a nice looking shot. Just missed it.
So AF will bring it up the floor. Tia still on here with those 3 personal fouls.
There's a little high-low action. Good job right there by Tia getting his butt down and not allowing that. I'd like to see Clark be a little more physical there and posting up.
Little fade away off the turnaround. Jax Euler. Timeout Herriman. 31-18, American Fork starting to roll.
Well, I think one of the things that you see right now is one of the reasons why American Fork is a favorite is who scored the last few points for American Fork. You know, Burnside came out and made a shot, but then it's Hucks, now it's Euler.
Yeah.
It's other guys that can help out Clark and Mella.
And, you know, when you commit too much to them, then that's when you get Clark one-on-one, or you get Mella one-on-one, and that's where they thrive, right?
That's a really difficult matchup for any high school kid,
yeah.
you know, to be able to try and handle those 2 guys close to the basket. So if these other guys get it going for American Fork, that's tough right there.
You know, it's kind of a weird year in 6A. We were talking a little bit about this, but Region 3, you know, you've got American Fork and Skyridge and Corner and Lone Peak and Lehigh. I mean, those are teams that are all so good in basketball year in, year out, regular semifinalists, state championship teams. AF went 7-1 in that region.
Yeah.
Only one other team was over 500. That region was very competitive this year, but AF was the cream of the crop compared to the rest of that group.
Yeah, and you know, I'm an athletic director at Lehigh, so I ended up delivering the region championship trophy to American Fork. Help me, you know. But Ryan's a good friend, great guy. But the thing I told Ryan is I said, you know, what's really impressive is you're in a 5-team region and you won this outright in Region 3.
Yeah.
That says a lot.
By multiple games,
yeah.
too, right? It was not close.
That's
good
great.
Ball movement. Freedy was short. Got a great look.
He did, and they attacked that zone very well. And Coach Cuff might want to think twice about the zone. They hit a 3 the first time. The second one, they got a wide open look.
Hux gives to Mella. And a foul here is, you mentioned Tui Tavuki earlier, said he's a kid who looks to score. The aggressiveness there will pick up the 4th here on Stone Tia.
That hurts. Got 2.5 minutes here. Yeah, this kid right here, for better or for worse, when he gets in the game, something's going to happen. You know, I've seen it be really good, and he turned it over in the first half, but something's going to happen when he has the ball.
Just a sophomore.
Just a sophomore, yeah. So he's got a few years to develop.
American Fork will bring Sam Rudder on here for Jack's Oiler. As Tui Tavuki hits the second, he'll come off here for Bridger Burnside. Nope, they'll rest Mella.
Well, obviously a danger time right here for Herriman. You're down 14. You need a basket. You scored 3 points, in the third quarter. So we got to figure out how to get somebody an open shot here.
Tell you, this AF defense feels so connected. I mean, they ran a couple baseline screens for Mulford to free up a corner 3, and everyone knew right where he was. That one rimmed out on him.
Nice move. That's just really a nice move by Carlo. Just didn't get the fall.
Tui Tavuki trying to work back to the middle there.
This kid, whenever he touches it, something's happening.
Yep. Not shy away from the moment. Drive here by Xavier, wrap around, score it.
That's big. If they could get him to give him a little bit of help right here, that'd be important.
And he's a freshman. You know what I mean? Like, he's got time still to grow, but he's been such an important piece for them. You really would love to have his averages play in a game like this if you're going to upset the 2 seed.
That's right.
Clark works this out. Burnside, no.
That's tough. Well, you get him a miss like that, you got to get that block out.
Miller going to check back in here. Everything's spread out.
Just a little dribble handoff offense right here to try to get a little bit of movement, maybe take a little bit of time off the clock.
A foul called on Worthington.
And now you got a new shot clock. So what you'd really hope if you're Herriman right here is if you could get this thing 10 or 9, going into the 4th, you'd feel good about that. It's gonna be tough though.
Yeah, the way this AF team has played today, and obviously below their season average from an offensive standpoint, but their defense, really good communication, movement, ball movement's been good on the offensive end. Freedy here going to be whistled for the foul on this play. Reset it again.
So, look at our foul count here. With everything that's happened here in the third quarter, American Fork has 0 fouls.
You'd be mentioning that to the officials, right?
I might. I might.
Mella. That shot won't go. Arnell with the loose ball. Now here come the Mustangs. Mulford trying to attack. He's fouled.
There's one. He missed an easy one a few plays ago. And he's got the right mentality. Just keep going. Just keep going the rim. This kid's dad, Jordan Mulford, he's probably the best shooter I've ever coached.
Really?
He was something else. Just an amazing shooter. Played at Utah Valley in Southern Utah. Obviously his younger brother X is he's kind of along those lines, but Carlo here, he has a little bit more diversity to his game.
Yeah, that second round game against Skyridge, he scored from anywhere and everywhere, and it's been a tough game for him, well below his normal shooting percentages, as well as he'll get a rest here, presumably for the final 23 seconds of this third. Try to get him geared up for a fourth quarter run.
So here you are. You got it at 10. You got to get a really good possession here defensively.
Mella.
Uh-oh.
Maybe sped him up a little bit with the countdown. This one picked up by Clark. Put back, goes. Well, they had the first stop. They couldn't get the loose ball, and American Fork makes them pay.
Man, that's so tough. And, we can sit right here and say, boy, you got to block out. You got to get that done. But it's a lot harder than, when you're down there on the floor and you've got Clark and you got Mella.
Yep. Bucket to end the third quarter. It's a 12-point lead as we head to the fourth here in the 6A quarterfinal. Start of our third quarter. Work to be done here for the Mustangs, for the one of the co-region champs out of Region 2 to continue this year.
They've really had a great year. They've won their last 5. They tied for the region championship. There's a long one. Didn't get it. But, hey, there's a long way to go here. You got 7:42 on the clock. It's a 12-point game. You prefer not to be in that situation. But especially with the shot clock, and that's been such a great addition to high school basketball. Really, you've got time to do some things, but you got to be smart. You got to get some stops. You got to figure out how to get them off the glass. Which, I mean, you got 6'5" and probably 220, 230 right there, and 6'1" and maybe 190. Yeah, trying to get him out.
I mean, there's just nothing you can do in that situation. Mella just kind of clearing out of space legally.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get down on the knees. You got to, do the best you can, but it's hard.
Xavier thought about it, and he'll give over to Carlo.
There we go.
Penetrate.
Just missed
no.
one.
It's been a tough shooting day for Carlo. We'll talk about him, a senior, all-time record holder at Herriman in points, threes, assists, and steals. As Mella on the take.
Yeah, Carlos had quite a career.
Yeah. And a timeout here taken by Herriman. 38-22. American Fork really seizing this second half, Coach.
Really, I think we talked at halftime about this a little bit, Dane, but, if you were to ask Coach Cuff, what is my favorite kind of game? What is my favorite kind of game? It wouldn't be 92-54. It'd probably be 55-47.
Yeah.
I think he likes these grinded out games, and there's physicality. It's in the half court. This is his kind of game. They've got the tempo that they want in this game, and with the halftime score, I felt like the tempo was American Fork's. They had better shots than Herriman was able to generate. So now you're in a pretty tough spot. Probably have to extend here, in the full court, try to get a little tempo.
And I think that's one of the things that, you could really make the argument about Coach Cuff's program his whole time at AF is it's been when his team has established their tempo, they're hard to beat. If you can get them out of the tempo, then you can maybe do something, right? But if they can get their rhythm established, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, you look at this game and, like the Burnside, the Hucks, the Oilers, these guys have played a good role in this game, but how many times have they really went outside of maybe the offense or themselves? Not really.
Yeah.
They're playing within what Ryan wants them to do, and they've done a great job of it. And so to me, the team that has a chance to beat American Fork is the one that has that can disrupt them a little bit.
Well, I think the other thing too is you see some of the unselfish play. I mean, you made comments today where it's like, oh yeah, I'd love to there was an opportunity or they could have done this, but it's the trust they have amongst the team, right? And trusting the system and the play and the design, getting to the right guy and letting someone else take their moment. And as you mentioned, that depth of players that can make an impact they have, it's tough. Makes it really tough.
He got there, just couldn't quite finish it.
Here's Tia back on with the 4 personals. Too strong on that take.
We talk about Herriman really having a difficulty scoring the ball here and trying to create some space and things like that. But really, at some point, we have to really credit the American Fork defense and how solid that has been.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the way this game is going, and an offensive foul called here on Clark.
Well, that's a really nice job there by Tui, and I can tell you I probably wouldn't have stood in front of that guy.
No, I would not have. I would have vacated quickly.
That's a train coming through.
Yeah. I think the fewest points Herriman has scored this year is 45.
Oh my goodness.
So I mean that just tells you how tough of a game this has been for their offense. And I'm with you. I think a lot of it's you got to tip the cap to. Yeah, it's been a tough night shooting for Carlo. But you got to tip the cap to what AF has done defensively. Mulford, that 3 won't go.
And hey, come on, that shot right there is one you'll take.
Totally. And he hits that probably 50% of the time. Is Stone Tia there with the putback bucket?
Okay, so now what we're seeing is a little 2-2-1. Let's see how aggressive they are out of this.
See, even right there.
Yeah.
Could have gone to the rack. Instead, we're going to pull it out. Take time off.
Yeah. And, I think they had Arnell there in the very back of that press. I'd like to see him be a little bit more aggressive on that over-the-top pass, especially in this situation.
Boy, Worthington, he was like a train on that play. He was ball or nothing, and will be called here for the foul.
Yeah, Worthington's got a body on him.
Yep.
And he's got the aggressiveness to match it, too. Tough kid.
Foul number 20, Cole Worthington, his
third personal there on Cole.
Hucks just got up and made sure all of his joints and limbs are in the right place still, and he's ready to go.
Just back to work. Xavier has Clark defending. Arnell will take this 3. And that last touch by AF will stay here.
I feel like they've had some shots here. They've had some shots.
And that's the thing, is it's like we've seen plays at the rim that haven't gone, 3s that haven't gone. I mean, this is it's a much better performing offense than what's been on display today. And sometimes you just have those games.
You just have those games. And obviously when you win 5 in a row, beat Westlake, you beat some
Swept
people.
Westlake.
Yeah. I mean, they've played much better than this, in their last month of basketball.
And now American Fork going to take a timeout here. We will take this one with them. Step away, be back here in the 6A quarterfinal. Out of timeout here. 14-point lead for the Cavemen, looking to advance to the semifinal. Take on the winner of our next quarter, Bingham and Herriman. Offensive foul here, going to be called on the Cavemen. That's on Tui Tavuki.
Now, this is the kind of thing that absolutely drives you crazy. If you're a head coach, you just took a full timeout to get the thing that you want. And what he wanted was to run a little clock with his dribble handoff offense, and then he was going to probably get it to one of his big guys inside. And then you get an offensive foul. That's one that just makes you pull your hair out and quit coaching a little bit earlier.
The sophomore stays on after that play, but so now we know why you're not coaching anymore. Quincy had one too many of those.
Yeah.
There's a pull for 3. There you go, Xavier Mulford. With his first triple of the ball game.
Hey, good for that kid. He's
Yes.
a freshman, and man, what a great year he's had. He's going to be just a super player.
He is going to be a super player. The Mulfords have established quite a name here in the state over these last couple of years.
They have, you know, Jordan's been involved with a lot of youth basketball, and it really is just a great family. There's a steal.
Herriman trying to get on the run here. They get back to single digits. Xavier trying to work through there. We'll give to Tia.
I don't know if you feel comfortable with this. No, that's not him with Clark on him.
No. Carlo lost his footing, able to keep it alive. Ninau for three. Won't go. Saved. Nice play by Burnside. You know, there's not a lot of bigs that can just force you to take that ball out of the paint. Clark is one of them.
Yeah, he is. That's a big, strong kid, and he's got some athleticism to him, and he's experienced. I mean, this kid's played for 3 years.
Drive by Mella. Oh, what a take!
Just a really nice finish, and now that's the second time that we've watched Mella refuse a ball screen and go to the baseline. So I don't know if I'm Bingham or Mountain Ridge. I'm writing that one down right now.
How about the ability of like this finish at the end? I mean, you see Herriman's trying to draw that charge.
Yeah.
Afridi steps in and just able to kind of slide around it.
That was really nice. That was just really nice. That kid's been playing, since he was a freshman. I coached against him when he was at Mountain View. And I think he scored mid-20s on us or something like that. And I was like, wow, this guy's sensational, and he's turned out to be a really good player. And
yeah,
happy to see his progress.
it's awesome. It's kind of crazy, right? I mean, because you talk about, you've seen him since a freshman. Carlo, same thing, seen him since a freshman. It's so weird to see these guys that have been starting, contributing 3-4 years, and they get to their senior year, and it's like, wait, he's not coming back? Like, I don't get to see him again?
He's not going to be there anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're wondering about fifth-year eligibility. When's that coming to high school? Can we get that?
I mean, hey, maybe that'll bleed down from the college game here soon, right? We seem to adopt everything they do, so.
I think Mella could have played as an 8th grader. He was a big kid.
He was a big kid.
There we go.
Xavier
nice
with a long three, and he hits it.
That's a really nice play call out of the timeout there.
10-point game.
Ooh, just about got it.
Burnside going up, scoring.
Hey, that's a really nice finish right there by that kid. Good job.
Had Afridi going straight up, absorbed the contact, got the shot away. Tough two for Carlo. This foul called on Clark, his third.
Second team foul.
And Clark just picked up his fourth.
So if you're Coach Cuff, these are not the things that you want to see again coming out of a timeout. These things will be addressed, I'm sure. Gave up a 3 out of a timeout. Now you foul. So these are little things that he'll look to clean up. If they do hold on right here and win this game, moving in against Mountain Ridge or Bingham.
Clark off the floor here. Do you say, hey, Carlo, we want to get you going down the lane again in the paint?
Yeah, I think that's a thought right there. Of course, right now they might be thinking of just a switch on any ball screen.
On the drive, up and around through
Very
Mella.
nice, very nice.
Deflected out.
Well, Herriman has continued to fight here and haven't cashed it in. So, and you wouldn't expect anything less from Coach Meacham.
He's going to take a timeout here. Get things set up for these final 93 seconds. 30-second timeout. We'll stay here. Want to remind you, we've got one more quarterfinal coming up for you. That Bingham Mountain Ridge game, a pair of region rivals out of Region 2. And then we've got 4 6A girls quarterfinals to wrap up our day. And then, of course, we've got semis tomorrow, boys and girls, and 5A and 6A all day long. We've got 8 games for you. And then Championship Friday, we'll have all those games for you right here on KSLSports.com. Coach Quincy Lewis with us. Coach, 6A, 3 games in 3 days to win a state championship. tough. How hard is that?
You know what? I'm not as afraid of 3 days, you know. And you're here at the University of Utah. When I played in high school at TMU, we played 4 games in 4 days at the Marriott Center. You know, these guys are kids. You know, I think they can do it. Sometimes if you have to really go a long way, or if you're a St. George school or a Logan school that has to stay in a hotel, I think that could really have an effect. But I think what you find out in, let's see, we get a little trap right here. You got him to throw it away.
Defense worked.
The thing that you find out in back-to-back games or 3 games in a row is what has been done in practice during the course of the year, because you're not going to have a chance to really scheme things in between as much. So what your practice habits are, what you've taught them, that's really an advantage to a coach who does that. There's
From the
another
corner.
flare. That's a great.
Xavier Mulford has found his shot in these late minutes. His third 3 of the game. It's a 7-point contest.
Now Herriman only has 1 foul, so you can afford to be really aggressive right here.
Feel like they tried maybe there.
Yeah, really aggressive right now. They should be up on these guys. Ooh.
Inside a minute to play.
So now you're looking at an 18-second shot clock, you know, and I think you're right on the borderline right now to fouling. I actually would be fine if you don't foul at this point and get a stop and go see if you can get another 2. You've got a timeout you can stop the clock with. You've got 4 fouls. And that, you can't have that, though.
Nope, missed assignment. Mella off the inbound. Easy lay-in is back to a 9-point lead. Here's the hot hand. Xavier working around.
Well, he's circling the wagons here, but they haven't got this kind of time.
Tia, he'll take the 3. That was short. Rebound can be secured. It'll stay here. If nothing else, Jax Clark got his steps in on that play, huh? Having to chase Xavier around.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here for a shot here out of bounds in this kind of a situation. I always like to watch what other coaches do in these situations, and sometimes you can learn something from somebody.
We're going to take a timeout here. Talk about this one. Make sure they get this play right. 9-point lead. 41 seconds left. Herriman will be inbounding when we come back. Herriman basketball. 3-possession game here, and no timeouts left for Herriman either.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit tougher, but you do have some fouls you can give.
Yep. Need a 3 here, Coach.
Another flare, which they've done a great job with. They almost had it. Okay, take the 2.
There you go.
Okay, now you're going to need a foul if you don't get this first one, this first pass, foul.
Again, the 3 fouls to give here still.
I think you want to foul Clark if that were possible, but.
They'll foul Hucks.
Yeah, you really got to get up here, Herriman. You really got to get up. You've still have 3 fouls to give. You can afford to be extremely aggressive right here.
Can you maybe give a couple sly, fouls before the inbound here?
I think so. Just grab them, and I mean, you got nothing to lose.
They were trying.
Okay, so that's the guy to foul, but you're unfortunately.
You got 1 more to give.
Yeah, you still got it. Yeah, you still got a few fouls here. You know, this game is kind of winding down here a little bit, Dane, and you look at these 2 coaches, and both guys have just done a great job for a number of years. And on top of that, you're talking about good guys.
Yeah.
You know, these are good guys. And for instance, if you got a son and he's playing for Doug Meacham, you couldn't do any better than that. I mean, you're talking about a class guy, a good guy. So a lot more out here than obviously AF is about ready to win this thing and played a really nice game. But a lot of kids out here are fortunate to be coached by these 2 guys.
Agreed. I mean, 2 great basketball minds, but 2 really good kind of mentors and people that you want around young people.
Yeah, and AF's got another game or 2 in them here for sure. And for Herriman, you got some seniors out here, and hey, lucky for them, good for them. They've been able to be with a guy like with Doug for last few years.
And it's great to have Doug back up here in the Valley, right? We talked about he coached at American Fork for so long, and then went down south and was coaching down in St. George area.
Yeah, won a state championship down
Snow
there.
Canyon, and great to have him back up here in the Valley where we get to see his teams and have his influence back up here again. So
yeah, whenever you see it, Doug Meacham, they're going to be well coached, and they're going to be in the mix of it by the time the year's out.
Yeah,
there's no question, and you look at his team this year, and maybe they don't have quite as much as they've had, last year or the year before, but where are they? They're in the quarterfinals of state.
Well, I think you also look, they are a region champion.
Yeah.
And again, the only team to sweep Westlake. I mean,
yeah.
We saw how good Westlake was in that second quarterfinal today. This has been a great year for this Herriman team, and obviously Carlo Mulford, his career coming to a close. What a career! We mentioned his records at the school, and
yeah, and you just love to see, I mean, like the Mulford, good family there, and good things happen to them, and he's had a great career, and so that's great. But the effort that has been made by a number of these other kids, seniors like Worthington or Ninau, or I mean they've got some other kids, Arnell. I mean, they've had a great year. Anytime you win a region championship, that's a heck of a year.
Especially with how competitive that region was.
Right.
The foul given here. It'll be Mella heading down to take free throws. American Fork set to advance again to a semifinal. T-shirts have the state champions. The years they've won state championships on the back, and what a job Coach Cuff has done. Such a long drought, and he's brought this program to the top of the mountain a couple times now.
Yep.
There's a line change here for the Cavemen and subs for Herriman.
Let's see who all they're bringing in here. They got a bunch of.
Yeah, we got Tyler Zabriskie on the floor. Also have Jackson Bramwell, Nicholas Bramwell, and a player to be named later. Can't see his number. That one rimmed out.
22, is that right?
That would be Tyler Zabriskie. Lincoln Nicholson was the fourth. And now with 3.9 seconds left, they'll be able to execute that last sub as Ryan Feveryear. Didn't think he was going to get in after that missed free throw.
And he's pumped right now.
Well, the official said no. Oh, he's got to wait for the free throw. Here we go.
35, Ryan Feveryear.
And that's a great thing for kids. Hey, got out here on the center floor. You bet that's a cool thing.
First free throw good. And
Doug's going to get some kids in right here and let some of his seniors come out, and I think that's a class move. And tell these kids how much they've meant to them.
Yep.
That's really neat. And the kids who get to be on there for 4 seconds, it sounds kind of crazy, but you know what? That's a big deal.
It's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Like it.
There's Carlo Mulford getting hugs down the bench. What an impact he made on this program over his time at Herriman High School. They have really kind of woken up this program and turned it into one that you've got to be aware of in region and in state. But today it was American Fork, the defense disruptive to Herriman. 46-39 your finals, the Cavemen advance. Coach, your final thoughts of this quarterfinal?
Well played game, with American Fork, especially from the defensive standpoint. And tell you what, they're going to be a tough out. Whether it's a semi or it's a championship game, somebody's really going to have to play a game to be able to beat them.
They will definitely be a tough out. We look at this team and we see the balance that they have inside, outside, their physicality and their defense. How connected that was for them today was a huge difference maker for the Cavemen.
Yeah, and as good as Clark and Mella are, you get into these other kids, like Hux and Euler and those guys, and I'll tell you what, that's a darn good team. But it's the team that's going to have a chance against them is somebody who can disrupt them in the half court, because I felt like they pretty much did what they wanted to do in the half court.
We talk about the headliners, but you mentioned it. The game today by Burnside, Hux as well. They stood up, made big plays for their team to help American Fork get this quarterfinal win. Let's go down to the floor real quickly with Coach Ryan Cuff of American Fork.
Just up there. Coach, as they always say, defense wins championships. You guys were on your way to the semifinals. How pleased were you on that end of the floor?
You know, to hold them to 15 points, in the first half, and that was our focus is just getting stops. And just proud of our guys that we had our hands up on shooters. They got a couple of them off. We knew they would, but it's a really good team and hard to prepare for, and Doug does a great job with them. And so just survive and advance, here we go. Love where we are, and just to be able to refocus and, look at the next game.
You ended up, it looked like you had a moment there with Carlo Mulford. What did you say to him?
Just absolutely love him and his family. He's a winner. He's a champion. They played for the championship last year. They lost a lot of guys, and then they're back in here, quarterfinals, and he's carried them. And for them to beat Westlake twice, #1 team, in the state, tells you how great of a team they are.
All right,
and
Coach.
a great player he is.
Yeah. Congrats on the win, and we'll see you tomorrow. Back to you, Dane.
Boy, we talk about how good Carlo Mulford has been, and you hear the respect Coach Cuff has for him. What a career coming to an end here for Herriman. But American Fork advancing. They'll take on the winner of our next quarterfinal, Bingham Mountain Ridge, set to tip in 15 minutes. Go grab a drink, a snack, come on back. We've got more 6A quarterfinal action for you at the Huntsman Center.